Good morning.
Good afternoon, good evening, bienvenue, welcome, guten Tag, bonsoir.
Hiya.
Gates?
Hi, Bruce.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not too shabby, thanks for asking. Welcome to Be Honest with Jojo and Bruce.
Well, yes, and are you planning to be honest today?
I'll think about it.
Well, I think you should.
I'll try not to be disingenuous.
A bit of a DG there.
Do you know, actually, one of my favourite tweets of today was Zuby.
Tweet of the day.
Tweet of
Now,
the day.
who is Zuby?
Zuby, well, I don't know, he's one of mine. He's one of my COVID.
Oh my God. 30 seconds in and already I'm so bored to death.
We
My nipples are inverted. Is Zuby the musical equivalent of Femi? Because we have Femi over here. Who's Femi?
I don't know. I'll tell you. So basically, Zuby's tweet this morning, if people just stop lying, a significant percentage of our problems would disappear. I think that's a good way to start the day because people are bloody liars. But then you do think if people didn't lie, then maybe there'd be more problems. I don't know.
No,
that's
neither
my
do I.
conundrum.
Have you stumbled across any lies or indeed mistruths since we last spoke?
Oh, I think I'm surrounded by people, dishonest liars that are at it. Scammers. Everybody's at it.
Shysters.
Yes. Do you know, somebody asked me for my negative lateral flow test so that they could get 10 days off work. That kind of lying. Everybody's at it, man.
I'm going to choose to ignore that for political reasons.
Why?
Well, it's COVID creeping. Who asked you for that?
I'm not naming
Why?
names.
An honest person would.
But also, we've got
It was Judy Dench.
Yeah, again.
She wanted away from Kenneth Branagh. Although I have to say, funnily enough, I've watched him be interviewed twice this week and thought, you seem quite normal. He seems quite funny. Kenneth Branagh.
All right, okay. Did he not used to be married to Emma Thompson?
Yeah, I mean, that would drive you to drink.
Oh, would it?
Oh, she's nuts, man.
Is she?
Well, yeah, I'm a climate protester, but I like to fly first class from Los Angeles to come and campaign.
Oh, see,
And wearing dungarees. You're like, oh, bitch, please.
This is, again, these are the people that tweet and the people that say things, that they say one thing and they mean another thing. It's...
Because I remember as well, is she Dame Emma Thompson now?
Oh, maybe she is.
I think she's had a peerage, or she's had an OBE, or she's whatever. Feel free to get in touch and whatever. And I remember her being interviewed, and fair enough, they were asking about Harry and Meghan, who I wish no harm.
No.
She's a dame, and she accepted a dame who, and they went, oh, what about Harry and Meghan? She went, I'm not talking about them. I'm here to promote film. I'm here to do this. And you're like, yeah. But then on the other hand, you are taking a dame who, so are you not going to even say, oh, thanks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if you're going to stand up and have your principles, then, don't shit in them elsewhere.
No. Don't kick in your hands and clap. That's not
Or
nice.
in your handbag, because that's just rude.
Well, do you know something? I remember being in Club X in Glasgow, which no longer exists, and it was back in the days when I was partial to a Twingler, which was an Ecki, which was an ecstasy tablet.
Twingler, is that what it was called?
That's what we used to call them. Me and my friend, I won't name her.
Why not? Why won't you name her? You were trying to get out of
yeah. So
VLFD.
my friend, not Judy Dench, we used to go and get a big bag of Eckies from McCool's on the high street in Glasgow, and I remember throwing up in someone's handbag. I was rushing, I was coming up, I think I'd put the thing up my bum, and I just huddled into the nearest thing, and it was a bag.
I remember throwing up into what was a desert boot. Do you remember desert boots? They were very fashionable.
They've made a comeback.
They were very fashionable in the 80s. Have they made a comeback?
Yeah, they have,
a pair.
from Clark's.
And I got incredibly drunk on gin, which is why I never drank gin for bloody years afterwards.
Oh, wow.
Because I completely emptied the contents of my stomach into my own desert boot and then forgot when I woke up.
Oh, core lummy. I mean,
and put my shoes on swiftly and very swiftly took them off.
Have you ever sharted?
I have.
Yeah,
yes.
Right, okay. So I've got a sharting story. And it was to do with me going to view a Cala flat down in Leith, right? And it was my birthday at the beginning of the week. And I'd been out with my friend who'd taken me for lunch. And I can remember thinking, I've guffed. Should I say anything? Should I not? But it didn't feel... And I just kind of got on with it. We finished the trip, had a great time and all that kind of stuff. My niece was away. She was living with me at the time. And my niece was away. I can't remember where. But she'd come back and I said, I'm going to view these flats. Oh, she went, I'm not going to come with you and all that kind of stuff. So I'd gone down, Tom Ford sunglasses, blah, 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 blah. Park up the Mini, get in full of attitude, wandering around. Came back in, said to Katie, what do you want for your tea? And she wanted that. Could you turn round? And I went, excuse me? And she went, oh my God. She went, you've keeked your shorts. She went, there's a huge skid. And I'm giving this woman, oh, well, it'd be a cash purchase. What do you mean the penthouses won't be ready until this? And I had like pure shorted, man.
Yeah, I have done it, and I
mean, wanting a potpourri wouldn't have hit that. Sticking a Tom Ford tobacco vanille and human bloop.
I did it in a bar. the bloody gall of me, because I thought, I farted and thought, I think something's happened. And I went to the loo and was very aware that it had come out more than I'd expected. And so I used toilet paper to try and get rid of most of the debris. And then I went back in. I did not say a word, but I put my jacket on, like round I sort of sat on my jacket. Yeah. And then wrapped it round. And I was I was something, and they were like, why is it? I was like, I'm not, I always forget it. Unless I wrap it around me, I always forget to take my coat with me, was my excuse for sitting on my coat. But I could smell me.
Oh, no.
And I just was like, but I don't think anybody else in the company, but I stayed another 2 or 3 hours and I got a taxi home smelling like a shitting dog.
See, I remember once with my ex and we'd walked past this bar and I thought, should I break wind, should I not? Because it was like day 3 and I thought this is maybe going to go off like a shower head. But anyway, I thought, oh no! And I went, right, get in this bar! And he went, what's that? I went, get in and give me your fucking pants. He went, excuse me? Give me your pants! And he went, why? I went, because we're on a way to a gig. I can't turn up. I had seersucker shorts on. I could not take the risk. So I'm in with clenched buttocks, like trying not to move, sidling in. And then the cleaner had come in and went, what are you doing? And I went, what does it effing look like I'm doing? Shat myself. Grow up.
Yeah, like it's completely normal and it's their fault.
Anyway, back to the listeners.
Oh, my dears.
Back to the listeners. And a big
I
flush.
pissed myself as well once.
Oh, have you?
Well, I sneezed and literally my entire bladder emptied out onto, thankfully, my front doorstep.
I was about to say for your front bottom. I'm thinking, how limber are you?
That was quite recently.
Was it?
Yeah.
I got an email.
Gareth and Ailey had dropped me off at the house and I'd been bursting for a wee all the way back from the stand, and you know that just your brain thinks that you've gone to the loo, or your brain thinks you're home and your body lets go before you can open the front door.
Do you know something, actually? I have done similar. I remember taking the irony from me not giving people lifts. I took a lift off of people because I couldn't walk. And I'd had a meal in Jongleurs before my gig. I don't think it was a beefsteak. I think it was just like cat paws or something that we put together. And I thought, I'm away to cake. And I thought, I was just so depressed. I thought, I can't be bothered running. And I just went in my slacks. I kept the jacket though, because that wasn't affected. But anyway, enough of all this.
I know, because I am wondering if our doing a podcast and being honest, so far we've done one about bumming, now we've done one about kicking ourselves. We're going quite toilety. So yes, let's get to the listeners.
So what are the listeners wanting us to be honest about? Because I'm sure they're not interested in potty training for the over 30s.
I bet there's a few.
Although I did get an email, is she a squirter? And I replied, I wouldn't know.
To who? About me?
No. No, God, arrogancia. It was just in general. It was a woman. I get these emails all the time. I want you to smack me hard. And I'm like, I've got weak wrists as well as you know. Are you a squirter?
Who's asking you that about?
I don't know. Some kind of filthy fembot chatbot.
Yes, let's get away from this filth.
We need a cooking section.
We need something that doesn't go.
Baby belling.
You could say that wrong as well, and they get us all into trouble. Oh,
sorry. Right. What do we have from the people?
The TTs.
The TTs, the truth teller, the truth transmitters. How are you out there? I hope you're all dry and clean. and smelling lovely.
And
Anyone
if not,
viewing a house today?
And if not, just take a can of Febreze.
Right, the TTs. What are the TTs saying?
What do they want from us?
Well, to veer off topic.
Oh, stop it, I'm crying.
Yes, please do.
Be honest about your favourite takeaway.
Oh!
My mind went mucky.
Something that gets my bowels moving.
My mind went
I like
mucky.
it spicy and high fibre.
Hot and hard.
Hot and heavy. What our favourite takeaway is, or
I do. I'm a baby though. I just like a chicken korma every day of the week with a pashwari naan sauce.
Oh, I like a peshwari. It's a bit like pish flops.
It sounds like some kind of
Hello, to
Native American.
Peshwari naan, si vous voulez. I do like.
I really think we should go.
Okay, fair enough. I actually don't need to eat anymore, so I'll sit this one out. I can't even take the transient calories. That's how things are bad.
Oh dear. What do you like to take out?
I don't really like takeaways, to be honest with you. I
Cheese.
prefer-
You and cheese on like
Yeah,
a
but you
house
don't
on
have any-
fair. House on fair?
But you
House on
have to
fire.
go to Mellis. They don't deliver too.
Well, let's have a word with them.
Well, absolutely. Be honest. Why not?
Yeah, be honest, Mellis. Why don't you? And why don't
Yeah,
you
show me
deliver
your
to our-
clava brie. Yeah, and
They
I'll
could deliver
squirt.
to our podcast studio, and then please, your turn. Tell them what they have to do.
But please do, if you have enjoyed this, and I kind of have, subscribe and leave us a review wherever you get your podcast so more people can find us. And if these are going to be negative reviews, we do not take well with negative
Oh,
Nancy's.
no.
We will find where your IP has come from and take a hammer to you. So
Yeah.
good luck.
I mean, because I think every podcast should end on a threat.
Could you threaten them with our live show? Please.
Tickets are on sale now for the 13th of March at the Glasgow Comedy Festival at the Glasgow Stand. Be there or don't be.
Well, it's completely up to you. But see, if you are going to come, please tell your face you're enjoying it. For Christ's
Absolutely.
sake.
Oh, bye,
Grow up.
Bruce.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
later.